Hi, this is Doc. The takeaway. Jim Flick, one of the greatest instructors of all time, said that if you get it wrong, the rest of the swing is a rescue mission. I don't think this is a type of takeaway we're going to be talking about. Sam Burns was in a slump until he started working on his takeaway. What he wants to do is start the takeaway on his address plane. I've drawn a white line on his shaft at address, and you can see that the club head follows that white line. That's a good takeaway. You can see that his right elbow at the end of takeaway hasn't moved away from the target line or to the right. Also, you can see that his right arm is bent at the elbow. The right infraspinatus goes from the scapula to the top of the right arm. When the infraspinatus contracts, it makes the upper arm go toward the ball and externally rotate. Steve is demonstrating both the right and left infraspinatus muscles. This will establish the plane on the takeaway and also keep the club on plane after impact. Let's take a closer look and see what the infraspinatus does. You should feel like somebody has their hand on the outside of your elbow and is trying to push it to the center of your body. At the same time, you should feel like your hand goes up a little bit and to the outside of your thigh. The right infraspinatus causes clockwise rotation of the right bicep on the backswing. The left infraspinatus creates counterclockwise rotation of the bicep just after impact. Here's a nice little exercise to feel the right infraspinatus. Using the right infraspinatus on the takeaway prevents the club from going under the plane and keeps it out in front of you. The right hand will move to the right, while the right elbow actually moves a little bit to the left while it stays tucked. The position of the right arm at address is extremely important, otherwise the infraspinatus can't work. The right elbow needs to point at the anterior part of the right hip, while the inside of the right wrist needs to point at the left hip. Also, the right arm needs to be bent. Here's the muscle that is going to allow you to keep your right arm bent at address. It's the right internal oblique. The muscle pulls the ribs toward the right hip and makes the shoulder come closer to the hip, as indicated by the blue line. Here's how you can feel how the muscle works. Put your right palm on your right thigh and slide it down to your knee. This will move your right shoulder closer to your right knee without tilting your spine to the right. Here you can see that if I don't use my right internal oblique, I can't get my right hand below my left hand and still keep my arm bent. If I do contract my right internal oblique, then I can keep my arm bent and still get my right hand below the left hand. I want you to notice that the right hand goes beyond the right leg, but the elbow stays tucked. There is very little turn of the upper body. The only thing that's turning the upper body is the movement of the arms. Also notice how my left knee starts to turn. We'll get back to this in a minute. At the end of the takeaway, I want you to notice how the club is on an angle toward the target line. It is from here that we will begin the lift and turn of the backswing. The gracilis muscles are one of the groin muscles. They allow you to move your knees medially underneath the center of your body. Watch Rory. His left knee will move underneath his zipper, and this allows a nice tight hip turn on the backswing. During the takeaway, his left knee will start to turn, but his upper body hardly turns at all. Starting to turn the left knee is the third part of the takeaway. Here's a nice drill to teach you how to use your arms on the takeaway. Get into the address position, separate your hands, and use the right infraspinatus to move your right arm. Then move your left palm to touch your right palm. Yes, it's that simple. Now all you need to do is add the left knee. Here's a good drill to get used to a good takeaway. Do a good takeaway, pause, and then complete the rest of your swing. This will allow you to learn where to start the rest of the backswing. In summary, use the right infraspinatus to move the right hand to the right and the right elbow to the left. Then put the left palm against the right palm. At the same time, use your left gracilis to start turning your knee. If you can simplify the takeaway, your golf swing will improve a lot. This is Doc Olshock, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I have a website, bestgolfdrills.com. Click on the menu and then click on blogs. You'll find a lot more videos. If you want to do a FaceTime lesson or do a lesson in person, just give me a call at 303-915-7117 and we can set it up.